Cheerio, mate. Hey,
Cheerio.
shall we go on down to the...
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have a special guest today because today we're going to be trying everything English. This is our English tea time, Texas edition, of course. And we have Matt here. Matt is here because he was a Houstonian that expatted to the UK and then came back to Houston to see this big beer revolution here in Texas. But he got to witness some really, really good beer when he was in, where were you?
We were in London, in Chiswick more particularly, for a whole 2.5 years, so
2.5
gives me my English expert card. So yeah.
Did you get an accent?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay. You can't take the Texas away from a Texas boy, even if you're in the UK. But hey, you're excited to try these?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. So we're going to be doing a kind of a head-to-head matchup. We have our traditional brown ales here. We have our ESBs here. We have our pub ales over here. And our traditional, what would you call them, like English?
These are also English style bitters, yeah.
Okay.
In a more traditional sense, yeah.
Cool. So we have on our first lineup the Newcastle Brown Ale versus the Lone Pint Brown Ale. The next one is the ESB styles. So ESB stands for English style bitters, or also, and this one's a particularly special ESB because this one's a little bit different, right, Matt?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this one's an extra special bitter brewed by Fuller's right where we stayed in London in Chiswick. So it's a pretty good beer. I think it's won a few awards over in the UK. So
we're going with a celebrity beer here, guys, against our Walking Stick beer, which is a pretty new brewery here in Houston.
This is also where we moved to in Houston. It's within walking distance of where I live, so it's a very good brewery.
Yeah, and he wanted that after coming from the UK, where he would just stop at pubs pretty much on the daily, maybe several times a day.
Well, maybe not daily, but yeah, it would have been nice.
I would have done it on the daily. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna try these out. The next set here is Boddington's Pub Ale versus our St. Arnold Pub Crawl. So these are traditional pub type of beers. And the last two here, we have the London Pride versus our community beer, English style ale. So I don't know if you guys remember the episode. So if you kind of click that button over here, there is an episode on Hop Skinny, so low calorie IPAs, and community beer, steals the show. So I have high hopes now for community beer. So let's see how they do. But are you ready to get started?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Flyte me, bro. All right, we have our first flight here. We have our ESBs and our pub ales. So we're gonna start with the ESBs to see which one we like best. And we don't know which one's which, so let's start with number one.
Sure. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice balance of maltiness to bitterness, yeah.
Yeah. It's not like super bitter, but you can taste like a very, back of the palate like hoppiness, which is very enjoyable.
Polite and traditional, just like the English culture.
So you think this is the Fuller's?
I mean, it could be the Crestone.
Could be, okay.
Well, I'll have to try the next one as well and see.
It's really good. We're gonna have to bring up your game, number two. So let's go to number two. Cheers.
Cheers. Now I really can't decide.
This one brought up the hoppiness. It kind of got it at a point where I would maybe say it's bitter enough to. I'm thinking this might be the extra special bitter.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Now, which one do we like more? That's the question. I don't know. This one has a much more hoppiness that comes forward instead of the malt. So you get the hoppiness first, and then that malt kind of dissipates. This one you get that malty taste right at the beginning, and then you feel the hoppiness at the end. And I don't know which one I like best. They're very, very different here.
Neither one of them kind of overpowers each other. They both kind of balance really well.
They're really, really well balanced.
And they're usually like light on alcohol volume, and so it's good to have with like a roasted chicken or some fish and chips.
Oh yeah, some fish and chips.
I think I'm gonna go with number 1.
I think so too. I like the maltiness at the beginning and that hoppiness kind of towards the end. That's balanced really well. Number 1, you're the winner on the ESB round.
You go for number 3 now?
Let's go for number 3, which are our pub ales.
I think I already know which ones these are.
It's not too flavorful in the aroma. It's not too malty. It's got pretty well balanced on the hoppiness.
Yeah.
It's a very enjoyable, drinkable beer. It's much lighter and easier.
Yeah, I'm almost positive this is the St. Arnold one.
Yeah, I could smell the hops. As soon as I took a whiff, it was like, BAM! Hops!
Yeah.
Is it pretty
This
hoppy?
is really nice too. It's not a traditional like English style ale because it's a bit more like citrusy and kind of florally.
Yep. I taste that floral note.
Yeah.
It's really...
Which is something that you typically see with American pale ales and not with English.
Yeah. And if you put a monocle on me and, bring a cup of tea, pour that in instead of the tea, oh man, we're having some English tea time now. I would have number 3, like if I went to a pub and I was there for a long time hanging out with friends, I feel like the number 3 I would be able to have more of and not get tired of it.
Well, 3 takes me like back to England, and it actually tastes like a traditional cask ale. And that's why I'm like 99.9% sure it's the Boddingtons, because it's actually like a specific type of can that it's served in. And
I mean, nothing wrong with number 4. Number 4 has got the right flavors. It's well balanced, but I want to say number 3 is probably takes it as the pub, pub ale.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly.
So number 3 and number 1 are our winners here. So which ones were these here? So what was number 1?
All right. So for ESBs, number 1 was Walking Stick.
Oh, Walking Stick!
Nice.
Look at that!
Good job, Walking Stick.
They did a pretty good job.
And Fuller's being number 2.
Fuller's was number 2. I mean, it was a close match, but
it was a very good Pennsylvania.
The celebrity, for being a celebrity from the UK.
And I almost wonder, like, if we'd have a different opinion on the ESB if it was like from a tap in London.
That's true. I guess we're gonna have to film another episode in the UK.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess.
It's only fair.
Can we put it on the budget? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
For the pub ale, number 3 was Boddington.
Boddingtons. Okay, we have a UK winner. So we got 1 Texas and 1 UK, and this was a pub crawl, I'm assuming.
Correct.
Sweet. Well, that was a good round.
Yes,
yeah. Let's try our second flight. All right, we have our second flight here. We have our brown ales versus our other English style ales. So let's go ahead and get started with our brown ales here. Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is cloudy.
Ooh, yeah. It's kind of cloudy and it smells really strong. It comes like very malt forward and has that burnt taste or that burnt aroma. I really enjoy that burnt toasted flavor from malt.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's just...
And it's not harsh either.
No. Like the hoppiness isn't overpowering. It's really nice, really well balanced. Man, this is good. I would drink this all day. I want to say this is a lone pint, but
it probably is. But then this, you can tell this is a little bit clearer, a little more refined.
Yeah, the aroma is not as strong at first. It doesn't hit you with that like burnt aroma from the malt. But let's try it out.
It's really easy to drink.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Yeah. You don't get that burnt and toasted flavor from this number 5 here. But there is like a slight glimpse of that.
I think this one's a little bit drier than number 5, which leads me to think that it's the Newcastle one.
Newcastle.
Honestly, there wasn't really a lot of Newcastle brown ale served in London, but it's a quality beer.
Who knew?
This
one's kind of tough.
North Englanders and South Englanders who really didn't get along.
Oh really, man?
I'm kidding.
It's very much like the U.S., huh?
I mean, I think I'm gonna have to go with number 5 because
I agree.
even though it's a little bit hazier and it's got a little bit more of a bite to it, I think it definitely brings more flavor and I mean, and it's still very easy to drink.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
By all intents and purposes, I think it's a better beer.
I agree. Let's go with number 5. Number 5, brown ale, best brown ale. Now let's move on to our English style ales here.
Let's go for it. Cheers.
Cheers.
My friends back in Chiswick will be very upset with me if they find out that I end up voting community over Fuller's, but we'll see. We'll see who wins. It's been a long enough time since I've had Fuller's London Pride to know what it tastes like.
You think they'll take your English card away if you get this one?
Okay. My English expert card.
This is really good. I mean, very light, malty balance with the bitterness and the hops.
It's got kind of like a caramel.
Yeah, I can taste that. It's very enjoyable. That sweetness, it's subtle, but it's there, and it's really, really good. All right, I'm gonna move on to number 8 because that number 7 was a really good beer. That
packs a little bit more of a punch.
It does. That hoppiness is like, it's right there, and I like IPAs. I like this beer as far as that hoppiness that you get from it. But I also like that sweetness from that caramel taste from number 7.
Yeah.
Man, this is tough. I would say the malt profiles from these two are very, very similar.
Yeah.
Like, extremely similar. The only thing that number 8 has, it has a little bit more hoppiness than number 7.
Well, I mean, like, this one's so much, it's like it doesn't have as much carbonation or something to it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit sweeter than I would want an English ale to be. I might have to give a slight nod to 8, but...
yeah, I'm a hoppy guy, like I'm a IPA fan, so I would naturally go to 8 as well, so I would say 8. Let's move forward. So what we have here?
All right, so for our brown ales, number 5 is Lone Pint, a Texas beer.
Lone Pint, Texas wins it. All right, and I'm guessing this is Newcastle. All right, they were pretty comparable.
Sorry, Geordies.
So right now we're 2 for Texas, 1 for UK. So for the last one, we have number 7 London Pride and number 8 Community Beer. So Texas takes it.
Yeah.
3-1.
Texas 3-1 Community Beer. You did it again. First with the low calorie stuff, now with the English style stuff. Damn!
Man.
Look at that. Community Beer, Lone Pint.
I'm definitely getting my English card taken away, but
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. You know, that's the beauty of blind tasting. We focus on the flavors of the beers. But thank you, Matt, so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you guys for watching. And also, we have so many different things that are upcoming. And if you haven't already, we have a special giveaway. If you kind of look at this card over here, we have a giveaway. And in our pumpkin beer episode, we're giving away a fruit basket by subscribing and saying on the comments for that video that you subscribed, and you can possibly win a fruit basket, which is not a traditional fruit basket. It's a basket of beers that are fruit flavored.
Nice.
So
that's the best kind of fruit basket.
yeah, better than any fruit basket I've ever had. So so go ahead and go for that giveaway and comment and subscribe to the channel. So thank you guys for watching, and stay hoppy, my friends.
Stay happy.